God, I love that bass guitar in there, man.
Oh yeah,
It's just so clean and steely.
I'm thinking that was a Gibson EBO from about like 1963, somewhere around there.
Maybe so, but you can tell that those strings are brand new.
Oh yeah. Only been
The
stretched
guitar
once.
players know we're talking. There's a sound, you get that sound of brand new strings, and it will last for maybe 2 sets.
Yeah, and it's done. It's over with.
Hey, it's the Exiles. We're back for part 2 of our podcast here on. I've lost track of what day it is. Is this the 7th?
Wednesday.
Is it the 7th or the 8th? It's the 8th.
It is the 8th.
Thank you. See, I knew it was Wednesday, but I lost track. 7th, 8th, 10th. I know we're still a long ass way from April the 30th.
We're going to do a little bit right now, simply because we can all use a little levity, I think. And this is for our poor friends that have to fill newscasts every day, and there is nothing to fill with. Nothing. And so we have a term called eating the clock.
Yes. Some people I know are absolute masters of eating the clock.
I love him to death, but our buddy Clarence Buggs,
man.
Boy, when he was running out of gas near the end of that show, that goodbye could take, 25 minutes.
But then again, if he was on a roll towards the end of that show,
yeah,
he could do it in about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
But no, Clarence was a master of eating the clock, timing the clock out, sometimes in broadcasting, especially a television broadcast, a live broadcast like the news. Mm-hmm. You've got X amount of minutes to fill, and damn it, you better fill them. And sometimes that's done by people actually live improvising. Sometimes that's done by taking a pre-produced piece and stretching its length.
But oh my God, they could cut these newscasts down to about 10 minutes right now, because you've only got about 10 minutes worth of new news on COVID, and they can't do that, obviously. They got to run the full, 2 hours, 3 hours, half hour in the evening, and I feel so bad.
Some have just added a newscast, too, at like 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Didn't Channel 9 just add one?
Yeah, and that's like the cool kids newscast. That's
Yeah.
that girl, Amanda Kitsch.
I haven't experienced her yet.
You got it.
Is she cool?
Yeah, she's cool. She's
Kitsch
very cool.
Kitsch is a cool name.
And she's kind of kitschy,
Well, we'll
actually.
have to check it out. I haven't checked out their 4 o'clock newscast, but still, they've got 30 minutes to 20. It's like 22 and a half minutes. Is that what there is in a 30-minute broadcast?
Yeah, something like that.
You've got to fill it.
But oh my God! And this morning I'm watching Lauren Westbrook.
Love you, Lauren.
I love you, Lauren, and it's not your fault. But I mean, they've got these crosses that First United Methodist put up, one for every death in Louisiana. And as you put it earlier, Kevin, I need another 10 seconds out of you, honey. And she said, and these crosses represent people, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers,
Daughters. Did I say daughters?
bad drivers, dog owners,
People with acne.
those who knit.
Lauren, we're not making fun of you. It's
No,
just,
we're making fun of your bosses.
We're aware that sometimes, when
Oh.
a spot is in post-production, when a tape piece is in post-production, somebody might come and say, I'm going to need you to pad that audio
Yeah,
out
can you
just a little bit. Just
can you stretch that a little bit?
either say what you said slower or just add something to it.
Oh my
or-
God!
While we're talking about it, and look, again,
Oh, wait,
Channel 9.
yeah.
Oh, no,
No,
finish
no.
your point about Lauren, and then we'll go into it.
And Lauren,
it's all tangent.
And Lauren and Matt and Johnny and everybody they've got, and Liz Coe, they're terrific. But I mean,
They're killing themselves in the morning. They're
Poor
doing a great
Liz.
job. Great.
poor Liz, they've got her standing out front of the closed Better Business Bureau office because, splash, apparently the Better Business Bureau says if somebody calls you on the phone or reaches out to you online and says, give me all your money, it's probably a bad idea.
Shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, Liz Coe. Let's talk about Liz Coe. I love Liz Coe. She's a sweetheart. She really is. I mean, in real life, Liz is just as sweet as she seems on television.
Yeah.
Do they not love Liz Coe? Liz every morning has to go traipse her ass out someplace. The other day there was a hospital story, and Liz is standing in a field about 300 yards from the hospital with that. And it made a great background shot, but why does Liz have to go out? Why does she have to go out?
Because they want you to know it's live and it's real.
Well, yeah, great, but rain, shine, poor Liz Coe is out there every morning. And, I'm going to give Liz props. She looks great. No matter how crappy the weather is, Liz always looks absolutely great on camera.
Well, Karen,
and she's always, spot on.
Karen has noticed her new hairdo and says it makes her look a bit more mature.
She's a bit more glamorous, I think.
Yeah.
These days. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Now, we're not even supposed to talk about this. We're not supposed to talk about a woman's femininity. That's non-PC. But.
Well, she'd be glamorous if she were a man. It's the haircut.
Yeah. Well, if she were a man, she'd be a very lovely young woman.
If she were a man, she'd be Lincoln Co.
No, but why Liz? Why do you, what is it with Liz? You're going to send her out. She's standing on a street corner downtown and 6:30 in the morning.
They all do this. Behind me, you'll see where the COVID drive-through testing center will be operating 9 hours from now.
Now, I don't know if I speak for Liz Co. or not, but I'm like, don't you have a picture of that building and B-roll somewhere you can just slap on that?
Green screen it.
Put on that video wall behind me. Why do I have to go downtown and stand in front of it?
It's got to be real.
Liz is saying, can you imagine the mosquito bites?
Well, and then...
I'm sorry.
When they're doing filler, and we'd like to help you with that, if you don't mind, when they're doing filler, remember to wash your hands. And now they got a graphic. 6 feet apart, it's 2 arms length.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, what's Peter Dinkelman? And then it's like 3.5.
Peter Dinklage.
Whatever.
Man's a great actor.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you need to watch Game of Thrones. That's one of the best performances. That is maybe the best dramatic performance by a little person in the history of television and film.
No. I just, you can't go beyond, the plane, boss, the plane.
Oh, stop.
What acting, what style. But anyway, so if it's him, it's 3.5.
Guys, help me out here. Tyrion Lannister, is that not one of the best performances ever? Ever.
But we digress. So, in addition to washing your hands, 2 arms length distancing, okay? Wear a mask if you feel so inclined. I have a few more. Kevin, you can help too. We know they need to fill time, so don't run with scissors during the COVID-19 outbreak.
Stop tracking mud across my nice, clean floor.
Do not put your nail file in that electric outlet.
Don't fidget when I'm talking to you.
If you hold your mouth that way, it's going to stick.
Oh, you took mine. Seriously, wash your hands. There's a couple of things that I want to thank Facebook friends for pointing out. One person pointed out that they see people in their car driving wearing a mask. Just them in the car, and they're wearing a mask. Are you afraid that you will infect you? What is it?
Hey, a lot of you got to stop touching you now that you're stuck at home. You know who you are, and you know what I mean.
I actually this morning as I was getting ready, I was looking, and Mary Ann has kind of hanging off. She's got this great big tiger oak dresser, beautiful thing. It's big, tall mirror. And one of the mirror posts on one side, she's got a real ornate Mardi Gras mask and a little plastic second line umbrella. And I thought about, they told me I should wear a mask and bringing that in. Everybody wear a mask. I've seen some pretty good improvised masks in Walmart. Mm-hmm. I want to thank another Facebook friend for pointing out that going to Walmart or Albertsons or your favorite grocery store is a lot like playing Pac-Man now. As you see somebody coming, you go around the other side. It's like, I don't want to be in the aisle with you. I don't want you breathing anywhere near me.
I see a lot of masks, and most of them are commercial masks. These people must have really been early adopters. Like a month and a half ago, they must have run out and bought themselves some masks.
Here's a good one I saw. Have you ever, what a motocross mask looks like?
Yeah.
Like Lexan, eye shield, then you've got a filtered area.
Mm-hmm.
Saw a guy in the grocery store. He's wearing a motocross mask. No helmet. I thought, how odd to wear that without a helmet.
Yeah.
The helmet would have completed the look.
Yeah, crude but effective. Talking about filling time now. Large commercial entities.
Kind of like what we're doing right now.
But see, they're serious. We're pithy.
Oh, it's a podcast. It's open-ended. It can be as long or as short as we want it to be.
We're pithy. But
I took a pithy a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. Too much information.
Go ahead.
Walmart now, Bill Withers wasn't even cold. And they've got this commercial with their employees singing Lean On Me. And I know you mean well. And I know your employees are working very hard during this, keeping things supplied. But, geez, could you have auditioned them a little bit? What do you got, like 7 billion people work for you worldwide? You couldn't find 8 that could actually carry a tune?
Yeah, here's Lean On Me in 9 different keys. Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop these. Stop these. It's like, and this comes on the heels of the Imagine video that was on with all the celebrities poorly singing Imagine. It's like, don't do it.
CBS,
There's no upside. Don't do it.
CBS News with Nora O'Donnell every night with her big eyes looking right into the camera going, and remember, we're all in this together. No, I'd forgotten that COVID isn't everywhere. Totally slipped my freaking mind. Thank you.
We're all in this together? Can I come to your house, Nora?
Yeah, you look like you got a nice pad.
Hey, one more thing about media, about media broadcasts, and I'm going to jump over a couple of stations because I feel bad for this guy. This morning, for a few minutes, I'm on Channel 33's Morning News. Oh, wow, dude. You know what I feel bad for?
Everybody.
Brian Holland, the sports guy. It's like, what? You made him get out of bed and come in for
Nothing.
And now Brian Holland with the sports. Got nothing. I wouldn't be surprised if he just put his head down and kind of shuffled off. I mean, he real quickly presented like a videotape piece that was about Beth Taramina and LSU softball.
Is he still terribly cheery?
But it's like, why are you guys budgeting any time? There's no sports. There's nothing going
They
on.
gotta fill the time, Kevin.
Well,
They gotta fill the time.
but why make this poor guy get up and come to work in the morning? Got nothing. In case you hadn't heard,
Well, see,
there's no sports.
He used to be terribly, terribly cheery.
Oh, yeah, very energetic.
I mean, he needed to be terribly, terribly cheery. I mean, he's kind of one of these big jock kind of kids that you kind of have to like, you know?
Yeah. You definitely, he was, what would you say he played on varsity squad?
Tackling dummy.
Yeah. He was a lineman.
Yeah.
He was definitely a lineman.
Yeah, he got hit. He got hit a lot.
But, he's a big fella. He's one of these big, beefy ex-jock sportscasters. But I just feel bad for him.
I remember Jaron, who's a friend, telling
Ping
me
pong.
about Brian Holland, and so I watched, and I'm sitting there laughing, and I'm yelling at the screen, going, "Cheer down!"
He's probably, but think about it. He's a young fella. He's probably thrilled to have a gig on TV. Baton Rouge, the state capital of Louisiana.
That's right.
The state that's dead last in the United States. It's a gig. I would be proud. I would be proud of it. So yeah, he's enthusiastic.
I mean, it just, and here's the thing, and this is not an indictment. It's just a situational statement. A lot of these younger people, I would say below the age of 35, their parents and their schools pretty much eliminated widespread general knowledge. So they can't ad lib at McDonald's, all right? They can't fill. They don't have any historical perspective. It's tough for them to fill time because
They can't go, well, in my day.
well, they don't have to say in my day. They have to say, you need to remember, there was a time in the mid-'60s where they were considering large quarantines because of a big uptick in polio. They don't remember that. And their parents have not allowed them to remember that because they're too busy teaching them about things that we shouldn't be teaching, like soccer.
Here's what's weird. I can remember many times when we were told, look, this thing's going around. If you feel sick, stay home. I can't remember when the government told us, don't go out. Don't gather. Bars, close. Restaurants, close. Thank God the restaurants are like La Divina are doing call-in delivery. They've made a list of what are considered essential services. It's like, I don't know about you, but right now, look at my head. I think my hairstylist is essential. I got a text from my stylist saying, do you want me to come to your house and cut your hair? It's like, and this is how bad it is. They need money. That's why they're offering.
Will you wear a mask? Oh, yeah, the hairstylists are really getting hurt.
Salons need to open. This place right next door to La Divina. Well, right next door is like a Tiger merchandise shop. There's a place where gals go. They could just get blow dry in style.
Oh, is that what that sign meant?
Yeah, that's what that is.
Ooh, I was
So
misinterpreting
you
that.
thought you were wondering why that was out in public, weren't you?
Yeah. My bad.
No, you can like walk in there with wet hair and come out looking like $1 million.
So disappointing.
But that place, I mean, we'd be here doing the podcast. That place would be hopping at this hour of the morning. Gone.
Would those people be considered posh?
This is what freaks me out about the COVID-19 thing, is how we have all just accepted what's been told, and we have said, okay, we'll close. Nobody except a church has said, what if I don't?
Well, I think people.
What if I don't?
I think people's better angels have prevailed, and they want to blunt the spread of this thing as much as they can. And for that, they are to all be congratulated. They're part of the story. When you talk about people that have helped, everybody who has done that is part of that story. But at the same time, this is not unprecedented. My buddy Mike Camarzano forwarded something to me yesterday. And it's an old newspaper clipping. And I looked at the date, and it was late November 1918. And it's a town paper in a fairly decent-sized town, saying everybody needs to close for the Spanish flu. We need to stop the Spanish flu.
Oh, yeah. I've read about the Spanish flu
Influenza
outbreak.
A, and it's called that because American soldiers who passed through Spain on the way
of
back
racism,
home.
Racism.
Yeah, they got it in Spain.
They got it in Spain.
Yeah. They thought they were getting Spanish fly. They were disappointed. Everybody was disappointed.
Just one little vowel away.
Everything. See, other languages are really important, kids. But anyway, this is from 1918, and it says essential businesses, and then non-essential, and it says clubs, lodge halls, churches, schools,
So this is not unprecedented.
No.
It's just forgotten.
Yeah. Well, and again, we have people who think it's cool to be non-compliant and obstreperous.
And this is what I was driving at.
Yeah.
Is I'm amazed that we haven't had people just say, no, screw you, I'm not closing.
Well, we have, and I think their peer group has said you're acting like a jerk.
How will you feel if one of your best customers gets COVID-19 because they came in your shop?
Or you pick it up and bring it home to your, elderly
Yeah, you
mom.
get it from one of your customers,
Yeah.
and then next thing you know, auntie is sick.
These are people, men, women. Anyway, then you become
Fathers,
you become
sisters,
part of a long filler.
brothers-in-law, cousins who come over all the time that you don't really like.
It was like this guy on the phone on the COVID-19 channel, and you could see they were trying to get him off. And again, the psychiatrist had to come back with, "It's not your fault, Jimmy." And he's like, "Well, I know that. I just hope this helps the other people because I got that straight, and I hope it helps the other people." And the doctor who is the host, who does the show, every day, you can tell he's going, "Okay, Jimmy, thank you. This call, people stopped listening about 3 minutes ago."
Thanks for killing the segment.
Oh,
Appreciate you.
thanks for killing a whole half hour, Jimmy.
Wow. Well,
Maybe it was your fault, Jimmy.
we hope you will stay safe. And my advice is, I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I think what can it hurt? Other than, well, you might be financially ruined and evicted from your homes, or this whole thing. It's not realistic to me to ask people you can't go to work, you can't have your employees work, you can't make a living for 6 weeks, or more, because believe me, if they think it's necessary, the government will extend this thing.
Well, I think that we have got a very, very bad situation, and I don't want to be cliche. I don't want to say make the best of a bad situation. What I would like to ask everybody to do is to really be sensible about this, and try to figure what is going to be in your best interest and in the best interest of public health. And please do not jump into areas and fan flames when you have specific knowledge of what's going on.
At least can cite some. The internet does doesn't make it true.
It's not?
Everything.
You sure?
This is my date. He's a French model. Met him on the internet. Bonjour.
But, seriously, I think one of the most dangerous things that we have in our society, and I think it was very dangerous before all of this, is we kind of wink, wink, nod, nod at but he always used to try to be fair. And he used to say something to people. It's like, well, they know that priest molested that boy who did this and that. And then he looked at the guy and said, were you there? Well, no. Well, then how do you know what you are saying